All right, all right, all right. What's up, everybody? Come on in, come on in, come on in. I'm gonna give it a few minutes. I'll probably start talking for real at 11:30. But come on in. I felt like we should go live today. Why not? All right, so y'all give me a few seconds here. Y'all know what we're here to talk about. It's no surprise. So y'all come on in if you want to listen in. You want to join in the conversation. Feel free to as well. We're going to get started with this dialogue in about 9 minutes or so. When it gets to be about 11:30 a.m., we're going to get rocking and rolling. We're excited about everything that's going on in general in life. First of all, your boy BOJ here. If you didn't know, now you know. Bank of Gerald is in the building. For those of you that may not know how I've gotten to be where I am today in this space, ladies and gentlemen, it has been through some trial and through some error. But ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, we are so excited. As you can probably see, I'm looking into getting the Tesla. I really am. I do a lot of driving in my life, and with that being said, I think that Tesla is a pretty amazing product based on the information that I have done some research on, and with the amount of driving that I do in the area that I'm in, I'm fairly confident that there will be enough charging stations and all that different stuff that people be worried about. And it's also a great content creation vehicle because if I ever decide that I want to talk about my experience in a Tesla, people would actually watch that from all over the world because the Tesla Y, as I'm learning, is actually the most popular vehicle in the world. It's the best-selling vehicle on the globe right now, the Tesla Y. So anyway, with that being said, I just figured, y'all probably see that up there. So if it distracts you for a second, just forget about it. But y'all know what we're here to talk about. As a matter of fact, we can just knock that off now. The other tab I have up here, I can do a shameless plug about Bullish Moon, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you that need that, you just need that education. A lot of us are seeing Movequest as an option for us, but we don't know exactly how to navigate the crypto space. We don't know exactly how to be a part of Movequest because we're not familiar with some of the terminology like decentralization and cryptocurrency itself. It's new to us. We may be really, really excited about move to mine, because all of us are moving, hopefully. God willing, all of us are putting one foot in front of the other, and we do understand that some folks may have some limitations with that. But the movement part is really what's important here with Movequest. And what they have done specifically is allowed us the opportunity with that essential part of life, this life essential thing that we do in moving. We have the ability to participate in blockchain technology and in cryptocurrency through Movequest and benefit from it, be rewarded from it. We have seen things in the past, probably, even previous to crypto, the idea of, walking and getting paid, right? Running and getting your distance in and the amount of steps that you take and getting paid. But with crypto, it's a little bit of a different conversation. There's different things that you may have to have set up, like a digital wallet. And while I do suggest that everyone watching this video, whether you're watching this video right now or you're watching this video tomorrow, next week, next year, you need a digital wallet. Wherever you are in the world, the finances of the world are changing and the infrastructure of financial systems of the world are changing right now, okay? So I do believe that if you don't have some knowledge of a personal wallet or a digital wallet, then you need to start getting that knowledge now, or you are on the brink of being behind the curve. And we're not about being behind the curve back here on BOJ, especially not as far as cryptocurrency is concerned. So getting back to what I was talking about, Bullish Moon is one of the places that people have the opportunity to get the education that they may need, master cryptocurrency, and secure your financial future. Introductions to blockchain, fundamentals of tokenomics, exploring Web3 projects, cryptocurrency security. You have the opportunity to join their course be a part of what they're doing. $10 a month, $100 for the year, which includes 2 months free. And if you are a person that feels like others can benefit from what Bullish Moon is doing, you can also become a promoter of Bullish Moon, and you can get some more information on that. That's a $20 one-time promoter fee is what I'm gonna say that's called right now. But ladies and gentlemen, they have their number here. I know the leadership personally. Nick Nesbitt, he's an amazing leader. He does so much for his community and has been doing so much for his community for years. All right, and I've known him for some years. Even in projects that didn't necessarily work out for us, he was dedicated to making sure that his community had what they needed to succeed. So if you need the tools to succeed in Movequest, all right, and you're just not getting it from me, right? You don't feel like I'm adequate enough. That's okay. I understand where my lane is, and how I teach may not be for everyone. You may need that hands-on experience. Nick Nesbitt and Bullish Moon and their whole team, Kishira and all the folks that are over there at Bullish Moon, they do such an amazing job keeping people informed, educated, as they navigate this new world of cryptocurrency. So I just wanted to take that time as I'm getting started. Y'all know I'm getting ready to get rolling in about 4 minutes. All right, y'all come on in. Let me know where you're tuning in from. If you're tuning in from any different countries out there, come on, holla at me. We're talking about Movequest this morning. Also, I want to say this before we get started, because my intention is not to interfere with Hayden and his call that he is doing at 12 noon, okay? That will have Lynette on it, all of that stuff. So my intention is to be done with this live before noon, okay? It is 11:27. I'm getting rolling at 11:30. We're just kind of talking about our experiences here, what we have experienced, some of the different changes that are going on. We haven't been live in a little while, so it's been good to chop it up with some of the folks that decided to come on in, and then folks that get it live later, right? You get the live experience a little bit later. Hopefully this brings some value to you. It's 11:27. We're going to get started in about 3 minutes. Again, my intention is not to interfere with Hayden's call at 12. Lynette will be on it. It is a great call for folks that are needing that introductory information about what this is and what it's doing. If you don't have information on this group, it's in my Telegram group. You can go to any of the videos that I've done about Movequest and go in the description and find my Telegram group. I try to post those calls. They happen every Saturday at 12 noon Eastern time. You don't want to miss those calls, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure that you're tapped in, you're tuned in, and you're getting all the information that you need to be successful in this space, and especially in Movequest, ladies and gentlemen. Some of the things that I want to discuss today, I think that we have such an amazing opportunity to earn. And I think that that's being missed. I think there's so much going on in the space, ladies and gentlemen. There's so much fluff. There's so much stuff that just looks good and really has no backing. It really has no, it has nothing to it that says that it's real. And it latches on to a lot of the things that we know in this space are very catchy for us, not even just for the consumers out there, but for the leaders. But I want to throw Movequest in the ring with all of those different projects. I don't want to be an a-hole and call them all scam projects, because some of them may have the best intentions and may just not know exactly how to do what Movequest has been able to do. And that's okay. Movequest can be a case study for all of these different platforms out there that really want to see something done right. I really do believe that Movequest has built the infrastructure to not only succeed for many, many, many years to come on blockchain, which is where we are right now in the world and in financial systems. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it has laid out a blueprint that many projects out there could learn from. Whether they're moved to earn or not, moved to mine or not, they could have some other ways that they are, or some other concepts that they have. But when it comes down to building on a project and the tokenomics and studying other tokens to come to your tokenomics, to make sure it makes sense for what you're trying to do long term. I've learned so much more about crypto in Movequest than I have in any other project that I've been in, because any other project that I've been in, all they've ever asked of me, all they've ever made was a requirement was to acquire crypto on my own, make sure I have a digital wallet to hold it, and then send it to whatever wallet they prompted me to send it to. And then hope for the best in general, right? That's pretty much what it's been. They can lay some fluff on it and say whatever percentage a week, a month, it's trading, this or that. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with learning that information, because quite honestly, if we want to participate in crypto, we have to know how to acquire the asset, and we have to learn how to send and receive and all those different things, just like we would when we're Zelling somebody or when we're Cash Apping somebody. It's really no different than that concept. It is from one entity to another. It's from one place to another. However, a crypto just works a little bit different. So anyway, let's move on to what we're talking about here. We're talking about Movequest, ladies and gentlemen, built for people who move and people who build. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the reasons why I'm willing to throw Movequest in the ring with any of the platforms out there in the crypto space, any other project out there in the crypto space. It has taken something as essential to life as our movement. All right. You don't have to be a real estate investor. You don't have to be college educated. You don't have to be into technology and be some smart, super intellectual person. You don't have to know the most people. You don't have to have all of those things that some may say that elite have. What you do have to have, though, is the ability to move and the ability to learn, right? Movequest has taken something as essential as our daily movement and given us an opportunity to be rewarded from it through cryptocurrency and through the technology that there is today in the blockchain space. It blends wellness and Web3 into one practical platform in activity tracking, on-chain rewards, and long-term utility. Whether you're starting your first health streak or scaling your crypto portfolio, the experience stays clear and approachable. And here's what I want to say about that. This is not just for the crypto head, or the Web3 enthusiast or the crypto enthusiast. This is not just for the athlete. This is not just for the person that is seeking a change in their life physically. This is for everybody. This is for everyone. This concept was made so that even folks that have regular jobs, that get up and, you get up and you make sure your kids are taken care of, and you go out and you go to work and you get in your car, you get out of your car, you go and do your job. You may be on the go throughout the day. You come back home, you cook dinner, you do everything that entails that your life has already asked of you to do. Everyone in this world has things that their lives are asking them to do on a day-to-day basis. And Movequest gives us an opportunity to be rewarded through that with cryptocurrency. It's that simple, all right? It really is that simple. That's how Movequest works. You install the app. It has an application on the Apple Store, the Google Play Store. It's a very easy app to acquire. The thing that may be a little bit different for everyone is linking your wallet, which is a lot simpler than it may seem, okay? Connecting your activity and your data, your phone, just to let you guys know if you didn't know already, your phone is already taking these statistics. It's counting your steps for you, which I think is a good thing to know, especially if you have some benchmarks on what how active you would like to be in your day. I think it's good to know and have some awareness of how many steps that you're taking. If you want to be more active and you've been looking at your steps in your phone and you see that you take around 2,500 steps a day, you might want to intentionally get more steps. So then you have a benchmark, you know where to start, you know how to track improvement, different things of that nature. It's very easy to get to that data on your device. It's very easy for the Movequest application to just read that data. It's not using it for any salacious activity. It's not marketing off to some company. It's only reading it. And then it's telling Movequest what to do with it on the blockchain. You activate miners. First of all, you're going to open docking slots. The thing about mining is we have the opportunity to not just buy the token that we're talking about of MQT, but we also have the opportunity to keep it simple with you guys, produce this token ourselves with our personal movement. I don't want to overcomplicate the lingo. We are able to essentially make this token with our bodies and the activity that we do with our bodies. It's really that simple. So for those of you that are thinking this is some kind of complicated thing you have to attach to your body or something like that, ladies and gentlemen, 100% of you guys are already doing it right now. The only thing that you're not doing is reporting it to the blockchain. There's some technology that exists today that allows you to take the movement that you're doing right now and be rewarded for it, and it is Movequest, all right? Submitting that daily activity is just doing that. It's saying, hey, I did this today. I'm submitting this to the blockchain, which is part of that new technology that you may or may not know about at this point, but it does exist. And then it's almost like clocking in, right? When you get your hours, hey, I worked this amount of hours. Hey, I got this amount of steps. I clock in, I pay that fee to submit it, which is pennies on the dollar sometimes, depending on how powerful your miners are, and we've talked about that over time, and how active you are. And when you submit that activity, you get rewarded in that token. It's really that simple. All right. So for those of you that are new, that's what that is. I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time with that, but I wanted to make sure that that was explained, especially when folks have the opportunity to start for free. Once you lay the ground, once you get your wallet, I suggest MetaMask. Once you get MetaMask on your browser on Google Chrome, or you get your on your phone, when you use MetaMask, it has a browser in it. It's like having internet in your digital wallet. You just go in there, and the beauty of that is it's already linked to your wallet. So then you're already ready to rock. All right. So you can start for free, learn fast. There's calls Tuesdays, Thursdays. I'm available to answer any questions. There's a whole lot of videos in the back office. This is a very robust system, and it's there to educate you on how to use the system, and it's only going to be improving. We are constantly looking for ways to make this more simple, to have people to onboard with ease, with the press of a few buttons, all right? So just know that even if it feels complicated right now, the goal is to always be working on improving the infrastructure and making it so that it is easy, just as easy as you would download an application and use currently today. That's how simple we want it to be. All right, so I'm gonna jump into the dashboard. This is my personal dashboard, and I love how simple they have made this. Everything from the tokenomics of the token itself and the different places that it can be represented. Some of you are familiar with Dex Screener and CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. The tokenomics button allows you to see exactly what's going on. So if you're one of those crypto heads out there, right, you are extremely interested in what the tokenomics of this project are, and the supply and the liquidity and the contracts that it's attached to, you have this information right here. Now, for those of you that are new, right, this stuff may be completely over your head, but one thing I think that you can appreciate is you'll always be able to see the price of the token from your back office. I think just keeping it simple. You know, we see that the token is $5.56, and a lot of people will start to say their opinions on the token price. But what you have to understand is this token price is all relative to what you want to accomplish in this space. If you know anything about a token that you believe in, like myself, if I believed in Bitcoin, like I believe in Movequest and what Movequest is doing, this is an opportunity to purchase Movequest and to acquire the asset of MQT, in my opinion. Looking at a $5.56 price, knowing that this is cryptocurrency and a token that I believe in a community that is very small right now, this is an opportunity. All right, so I don't want to be lost on that fact as I'm presenting this information, in my opinion, on what Movequest is doing. I think that this is game changing. I think this is absolutely game changing, the time that we're in right now. Okay. So that information is there, and I'm glad that they decided to do that. They even added a glossary. So for those of you that don't understand some of the terminology that is being used, from beginners to learning about blockchain, what that is, max supply, wallet, USDT, just in a learning standpoint, to intermediate to advanced terminologies, you will have the opportunity to learn here at Movequest. So as you're continuing to get your steps in and all that great stuff that you're doing, that you already do, you will have the opportunity to learn some stuff here about the blockchain technology that is out here, not just in Movequest, but market absorption ratio. I never knew nothing about that. Absorbed ecosystem supply divided by active circulating supply. Now, how many projects out there are willing to share this information with you and what this is? Here's the beauty about that. If you start learning about what this is, it starts to weed out all the BS that's out there. So when you're looking at projects and you're learning about FDV and the smart contracts and liquidity pool, and you're able to see some of the things on blockchain or not able to see some of the things on blockchain, like if a project is out there claiming that they are and they're not, and they don't have smart contracts to show you, they don't have things that you can go and investigate for yourself. That is the beauty of cryptocurrency. It gives you transparency. All right. It gives you transparency and anonymity. I don't know how it's tied to your wallet address, not your name. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, there's not going to be a whole lot of projects that take the time to educate you on these things because they really don't want you to know. They don't want you to know that they're a scam. They don't want you to know that they're a rug pull. They don't want you to know. They want you to continue to put your money in it and tell you that they're trading and tell you that they're doing all these stuff that they're not. So anyway, I digress, but that is the point here. Movequest is going above and beyond to educate. All right. And they're attached to things like Bullish Moon, and they have a team ready to educate you. You can't go wrong with something like this. All right. Getting started is very, very simple. If you're getting started, and let's say you clicked on my link, right? You're using a computer, and you get in your back office, you've got MetaMask up here, you've got your wallet, you put some Avalanche, right, into your wallet. Pretty soon we'll be on a bunch of different blockchains. Binance and MQT is probably going to be the first few that come to us. But you got yourself together, you've got a wallet address, you get here, and it's time to connect your wallet to the Movequest system, right? Now, of course, I've already done this process. It's going to ask you for activation code. So for those of you that are sharing this in your networking section, if you go back here, you will see where you have a link that you could copy. You have a QR code that you can download. You can put this on business cards if you want. There's the sky's the limit, right? You can put the person can input your wallet address to tie them to you, or they can put in your username, right? You might be asking, hey, BLJ, how do we set up a username? Let me show you. You go to your settings, and you will be able to change your username and your PIN code and all that stuff right here. Now, here's one thing that I really need everyone to understand. You need to set up your PIN code, all right? The application will allow you to go through. When you get the application, you will be able to surpass and get to the actual app data point base. I don't even know what to call the interface, the user interface. That's what I meant to say. You'll be able to get to it, but you need to go in here on the Web3. I suggest Google Chrome, right? Get on here, movequest.com, get into your back office and set up a PIN for yourself. It is extremely important for your own security first, but of course, being able to really tie yourself to Movequest in the proper way, you need to set up this security. It is not something that I will even tell you have a choice of doing. I will say this is a necessity. It's a 6-digit code. It's not that big a deal, but it is that big a deal that you need to do it. All right. I'm looking at the clock. It's 11:44. What are some other things I want to mention? Okay. The biggest thing I really wanted to talk about today, and I don't mean to rush through this, but I really want to talk about the opportunity that we have in sharing this project, right? So in the networking tab, of course, for those of you that are familiar with the Movequest back office, you'll understand this is where you get your link, okay? You can share your link. I suggest sending it to folks and allowing them or giving yourself some time to share with them how to get to the MetaMask browser. So it makes it really easy to just do everything from their phone. They don't have to get to their computer and sit down. They can sit right there with you, and they can go ahead and get on the application. They can download it, and they can use your link in the MetaMask browser on their app, on the MetaMask app, and go straight to your wallet. Go straight to signing up. Now, what I want to get to is the store, right? Now, I want to talk about these Q chips, okay? These Q chips are essential to getting your entry-level miners, all right? I hope everybody can see that. These Q chips, hold on, let me maybe get a little bit closer here because I know my big old head is in the way. All right. These Q chips are 10 cents per chip, right? But we understand that some of the miners, you need 1,000 Q chips or 1,500 Q chips to be able to purchase them in the application, okay? Now, when you're getting started, you always want to get to your mining dock, open your docking slots, all right? Not even sure how, what the price of them right now is. Let me see if I can go ahead and switch to my test account really quickly. All right, the docking slots are $100 right now, okay? So to unlock your docking slots, you need $100 a docking slot, okay? Now, for those of you that are out there that are interested in sharing this project, get in contact with me, get in contact with one of the other core team members that you may know out there. I am one of them, so you can always contact me, okay? There is an opportunity for those of you that are sharing this, that for every docking slot that you help someone to open, which is essential to participating in the Movequest ecosystem past these phantoms. The phantoms will run out. You only have 135 days of them. Now that should tell you a few things. Movequest isn't worried about going anywhere. They're going to give you free phantoms, free pretty much essential trailblazer miners mining at 100% for 135 days. Movequest is not worried about going anywhere. They're giving you an opportunity to participate pretty much for free for 135 days. There's a lot of platforms out there that are introduced that won't even last 135 days. Let alone the fact that we're talking about Movequest on May 2nd, 2026. And I've been in since August of 2024 personally. All right. So that's another reason why I have all my docking slots open. This has proven to me that it's worth my investment. It's worth my time. It's worth my energy. That's why I'm on here right now with you guys. All right. They're $100 to open. Okay. For those of you that are sharing, you have an opportunity to get a percentage of every docking slot that you help somebody open. All right. That is something that, of course, you have to reach out to us if you want to participate in that portion, but I don't want to miss that. I want people to understand that that is something that people have the opportunity to do. This is essential to the Movequest ecosystem. You're going to have to open these docking slots anyway. You're going to want to share this with people because the simplicity of what they're doing, they're allowing you to accumulate and mine a cryptocurrency token from your movement on a day-to-day basis. Where are you going to be able to do that? And I also want to put this in your head for those of you that are beginners that don't really understand what mining is. You're going to hear a lot of people that say they wish they mined Bitcoin a long time ago, but here's the thing about that. It's hard to see the value in the mining when something's starting out. Mining isn't about what you're getting from it right now. Mining is about believing enough in what it could be in the future. So you're willing to put your energy and effort behind producing it. That's what that is. So for those of you that are expecting, huge things from your personal mining right now and what you're doing right now, don't come into it with that expectation. Understand that you are a producer of a valuable asset. Okay, so you have to be in that mindset first, okay? So as you open your docking slots and you're helping others open their docking slots, you're going to have an opportunity to earn a percentage of what this is. Now, what percentage that is, it's up to whatever you work out with the core team member that you are working with. But I'll tell you right now, I'm willing to give up my whole percentage. And that's not 100%. But for those of you that are growing this thing and want to grow this thing, I want you to have every opportunity to earn from this. Because as the price goes up and people get engaged and people continue to involve themselves in the ecosystem of Movequest, we're all going to be rewarded heftily. So I'm not worried about that, okay? But that is something that you have to reach out to us to participate in. Now, this part is for everybody, getting back to the Q-chips, okay? Now, these Q-chips are essential. Now, of course, we earn Q-chips from submitting, okay? So that's one thing. But in order to get some of these miners in this, I'm trying to pull up my inventory. Oh, I'm still in my test account. That's why. Give me 1 second. In order for us to get these miners that are essential to what we're doing here, we need to be able to get these Q-chips. Hold on 1 second. Connect wallet. All right. Let me refresh this one more time so I can actually show my miners here. Okay. So these miners are the Trailblazer and the Explorer. Okay. For us to get them, you need Q-chips. Now, for those of you that are wondering, what is Gerald getting at when it pertains to earning, right? Don't we get these Q-chips when we submit? Yes, we do. But ladies and gentlemen, when you help somebody, when someone takes your link, right? They get under you, they're in your network, right? It keeps tabs of your network and all the folks that are in it, which is fantastic. I love that. When they get into the system and then they start to buy their Q-chips from the store right here with Avalanche. And pretty soon, just to kind of future-proof this video, there are going to be other tokens on the Movequest with relationships to Movequest. We're not just going to be able to purchase these Q-chips with Avalanche. Folks are going to be able to purchase these Q-chips with a myriad of different cryptocurrencies. All right? So I want you guys to understand a little bit of foreshadowing on what these Q-chips can do from a purchase standpoint. Everyone out there, if you are sharing Movequest with somebody, it doesn't matter how many of these Q-chips somebody buys. They can buy $2 worth of Q-chips. Ladies and gentlemen, if you brought them into the Movequest system, you're going to get 50% of what they purchased. So if somebody gets $2 worth of Q-chips, understanding that $2 worth of Q-chips is only 15 chips or 20 chips, it's not going to be able to get them their first miner. All right. But think about it, when they're getting their first miners, that $100 that they're spending on Q-chips, you're going to get instantly. And I want to repeat that. Instantly. As soon as you help them acquiring their Q-chips so that they can purchase their miners in their app, the time that it took you to teach them how to purchase their crypto, how to have it in their wallet available to do their purchase of their Quest chips and purchase their miners and opening their docking slots, that time that it took you to help them, you don't have to wait 2 weeks for that check. For the sales folks out there, you don't have to wait. Even for I don't even know how it works with Uber and Lyft and different stuff like that now, if you're able to, go out there and you do one ride and you instantly get the money as soon as you drop them off. It goes straight to something that you can just go and withdraw it straight to your account. But this is how this works. When you do the work, you are rewarded instantly. If someone was watching this video right now live and they decided, hey, BLJ, I'm going to join you. I'm going to hop on in and, I'm going to get, I'm going to open a docking slot for $100 and I'm going to get, and I'll keep it simple. Let's just say they didn't reach out to me for the docking slot commissions and different stuff like that that's available for those that are really out there trying to grow this thing. They just want to keep it simple and purchase their Quest chips and help others do the same. Maybe get a few miners in those open docking slots that they just did. They spent $150 on their miners. Somebody, well, me or you, is going to get $50 worth of that native token that they used to purchase it. So if it was $100, they get 50% of that, $50 right there in Avalanche, claimable, withdrawable, instantly. All the instant stuff that we used to love about these different platforms that were scams. We used to love talking about the tax ID. We used to love talking about the batch ID. Oh, it got the batch ID. Batch ID showed up, and we know the money's on the way. We remember doing that, don't we? I know I do. But this is what it was really supposed to be like. This is what it's really supposed to work like, ladies and gentlemen. So when you do some scaling of your own, right? And I use Chat GPT all the time, right? I use Chat GPT and I talk to my Chat GPT. So I can give it a hypothetical situation right now, right? I can say, hey, I'm a new person in Movequest. I just saw BOJ's video on YouTube and I'm interested in Movequest, right? And I've got a team of 10 people that I know would do exactly what I do right now. And, you know, I want them to be a part of Movequest. I understand that there's 18 docking slots to be had. One of them is going to be given to me for free for being involved. I get that first docking slot for free. Every docking slot after that is $100 to open, and there's 18 available to me right now. And I also understand that I want miners, but I don't want the most powerful miners just yet. I just want to get started, but I want to own them. I don't want the phantom miners because I understand that I don't own those. I only am getting them for 135 days. I have access to use them for 135 days, but I don't own them. So I want to own my miners, even if they're just the Trailblazers for $100. And I want to fill all of my docking slots with those $100 Trailblazers. Now, $100 in Quest chips is 1,000 Quest chips. All right. And I also understand that when I get my Quest chips, you know, I'm going to, of course, be benefiting the person that I signed up under. But of course, I'm going to be helping my 10 people do the same thing that I just did. So I understand 18 times 100, that's $1,800 for the Titan, for the Trailblazer miners that I want, because they're $100 each. There's 17 docking slots to open now for $100. That's $1,700. All right. This is starting to look like a little bit of an investment, but I own these docking slots for life. I own these miners for life. And forever, for my future, I'll be able to capitalize on earning a cryptocurrency with real life value that I can exchange at any time. I have the opportunity to start producing that. So understanding that, and understanding that I'm going to have 10 people to do the same, understanding that with every Quest chip purchase, which is, 1,000 Quest chips per Trailblazer miner, I'm going to get 50% of that, which is $500 worth of Avalanche at this time, because of course Avalanche, it's on the Avalanche chain, but of course Solana and Polygon and BNB and the Movequest chain, they're all coming. So we'll see how that works when they come, but just using this as a benchmark, understanding that I can earn in all those different cryptocurrencies. We're just using Avalanche as the example right now because it's what we have. All right. So I want to know how much I'm going to earn for helping my 10 people do what I just did. For those 10 people, I want them to have open, and this is without me even being involved in the influencer program, anything like that. This is just me getting 50% from helping my people to get their Quest chips and purchase their miners, right? That's without that. So I just want to know how much I'm going to earn for helping those 10 people do exactly what I did, which is pretty much just getting commissions off of the Quest chip purchase. But I spent that money to go ahead and open my docking slots and to purchase my own miners. So I want to know what that kind of looks like. So let's see what ChatGPT says. All right. And while it's generating that, those of you that need to get over to Hayden's call where you're talking to hearing from Lynette, make sure you get over there and get on that call. All right. It's very important that you check that out. I'll be done here in just a few minutes. But I do want to get this through for the people that may be watching this video in the future, may not be watching it right now, may want to watch it later. All right. So here's what it says the scenario is, and y'all tell me if it's tripping. You said, and this is what it received from me, opening 17 additional docking slots, $100 each is $1,700. Buying 18 Trailblazer miners to fill those docking slots, because you got one of those for free, so you have 18. $1,800. Total per person, $1,700 in slots, $1,800 in miners, $3,500, right? That's what it received. I confirm. Commission background, breakdown. What you earn. You earn 50% on Quest chip purchases, and miners are bought using Quest chips. So it's essential to the ecosystem. So $1,800 in miners via Q chips with a 50% commission is $900 per person that you helped do exactly what you did, right? Now it says your team of 10 people. If all 10 people do exactly what you did, that's $900 in commission times that 10 people. That's $9,000 total earned. All right? $9,000 that you just earned in Avalanche, of course, in AVAX, which, of course, if you claim that and you understand that AVAX moves with the market, you can decide to convert that AVAX into USDT so it stays at that $9,000. That would be the smart thing to do, especially if you didn't want that $9,000 to fluctuate with the market and what AVAX is doing, or any of the different tokens that are going to be available. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the opportunity that you have. Now, it gives an important clarification. This part matters. You do not earn commissions on the docking slots without being a part of the influencer program. Now, in the influencer program, you have the opportunity to earn up to 30% on every one of these docking slots that gets opened under you. Now, the key word is up to 30%, all right? Some of the core team members, how they work is how they work. How I work right now, I'm focused on the growth, all right? So if you come to me and you tell me that you are interested and you have a team of people, we're going to have a conversation about how to get you to that 30%. But I'm going to be completely honest with you. If you're just kind of coming in, trying to learn, you're not putting in the time and you're really not asking the right questions. I've been in this long enough and I know what the right questions are. Maybe we can talk about 10, 20%, right? But that needs a conversation, right? So without that conversation, we're not talking about commissions on docking slots, not over here, all right? You can have it with other core team members, and that's perfectly fine. I know that they're going to be posting all the core team members, I think, somewhere so that folks have that information. So you do not earn commissions on docking slots, at least until you are an influencer, all right? And that takes a short conversation, like I said. But you do earn on the Q chip purchases, all right? So your real breakdown on that 1,700 in slots is no commission without being an influencer. But it is the 1,800 on the miners and the Q chips that you purchase to get the miners. All right. So you spent, for that person that spent $3,500, you spent $3,500, right, of your own to be a part of Movequest, to open your docking slots, to get those Trailblazer miners that you own for life. And now you got them all plugged in, right? All 18. You earn $9,000 back. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that is well worth the time to not only get involved and set yourself up for the future, but to also help others get themselves set up. Now, this is not some multi-level thing. This is not something that on the second level, like the people that they go and help, they're 10 people that you're going to be getting commission on. That's not how this works. This is about who you personally help. It was not built to be a multi-level structure or anything like that. But it is there to incentivize those that are out there that are interested in seeing Movequest grow and helping others to see what Movequest can be. There's a lot of value that Movequest has, but the platform and the project itself is incentivizing its community to share it with others. All right. And they just added this, so I'm going to add it in there too. This is the part that should be emphasized. You didn't just spend money. You positioned yourself to earn it back by helping others get started as well. All right. Now, it added, if you want to take it a little bit further. So why not? We got some time. Let's take it a little bit further. If you want to take it further, if those 10 people each bring 10, right? Now you're looking at 100 people times $900, which is a $90,000 potential flow. Now, what I want to get them to understand is, here's where we prompt ChatGPT. So chat, this is not multi-level. This is something that only the people that you help, you're benefiting in this way from. So if you decided to scale up and help 100 people instead of the thought process of those 10, now that is a $90,000 flow in that little community that was developed through that 10 going out and talking to 10. But this only benefits folks on that first level. So if you decided to scale it up and talk to 25 people or 50 people or 100 people, over time. But what the point that I want to make to the folks that are listening and the folks that may be seeing this going forward is a couple things. The first thing is, because of blockchain technology and because of where we are right now in technology and cryptocurrency, we have the opportunity to be instantly rewarded for the work that we do, especially in projects like this. Like, this is a project that deserves to be talked about. It is a project that deserves people's time. It is a project that adds value to people's lives, not just in learning about cryptocurrency. Ladies and gentlemen, we are helping to incentivize healthier lifestyles in general. The more moving you do, the more mining you do. The more mining you do, the more MQT you produce and have. The more MQT you have, when MQT gets to $100, $1,000, $10,000, $100,000, that's the benefit, ladies and gentlemen. It's a long-term benefit. But this part right here is about the short term, what it can do for you right now. Some of us got bills right now. We got stuff we need right now. And I want to understand that as we talk about what this commission structure is on 50% on these Q chips that are essential, as soon as you purchase, as soon as the person under you that you've shown this to, spend some time with, show them the process of getting their miners. Ladies and gentlemen, it's as simple as, when you go into here, right, once you buy your Q chips, you get to the dashboard. It's actually in the wallet section. You can fund your in-app wallet right from the dashboard. All you got to do is click on here. You get your Q chips. I got 148 Q chips I can send over to my internal wallet right now. I've got enough Q chips in there right now to purchase a miner for 1,500 Q chips. So all I would have to do, and it's really that easy, and cryptocurrency makes it that easy. This is a beautiful thing. It pulls up a MetaMask prompt that says, hey, do you confirm that you're sending 148 Q chips to your in-app wallet? Just in short term, that's what that means. You say yes. I refresh the page just to make sure that it looks the way that I want it to look. I click on Q chips again. I see that this Q chips have been updated. It's that easy, ladies and gentlemen. It's really not that hard. So I know chat has been listening to me say that whole thing. But anyway, disregard that last part, chat. Well, you can just import that for information going on later. But I want folks to understand there is opportunity to earn right now in massive ways. You may not have a community of 10. You might have a community of 100, 1,000. There's some builders out there that I know have communities of the thousands, of the tens of thousands. And they have not either seen Movequest or understood, the simplicity of what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. Or, I don't know what reasons people have for not being a part of things that just make sense. Because I've always been of the mind of, if it makes sense, it makes dollars. Your personal movement is essential to your life. It's essential to the things that you want to do on a day-to-day basis. Whether you're doing something constructive with your time or not, chances are, I'm willing to bank on the fact that you're probably moving. In comes Movequest. So I say all that to say, There are opportunities here. Let's see what chat pulls up about what I just rambled on and said. While I'm allowing chat to do its thing, I want to just quickly touch on the mirror match challenge, ladies and gentlemen. Now, for those of you that have been involved with the mirror match challenge for a while, and you already know I've been in and been got my mirror match. I'm so excited about having all of these different miners on all the different blockchains. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a few days. We're at day 131. So those of you that are still trying to achieve some of your goals, whether it was the 30 days, 60 days, or the 90 days, you still got a few days left to do that. So stay strong with those submissions. For those of you that have been holding Titans, the submissions got cheaper, ladies and gentlemen. Can we clap that up? I just want to take some time to clap that up because that's a big deal. That's a huge deal. All right. Instead of us paying $7 and some, I now pay $3.72. Which is awesome. I love it. I love that they made the Titan fee the same as the Vanguard. All right. The rest I already thought were mad affordable, but the Titans just kind of stood out. You know, I don't want to say they stood out crazy, but I'm much rather be paying $3.72 and still mining with 7,200% mining power with these Titans that I have docked in my docking slots. Ladies and gentlemen, also in the hatcheries, you have the ability to get these miners from the hatchery. All right. So if you want these miners straight out, you got the crypto to go ahead and purchase it. You can stake that MQT. You'll get a daily reward, but the MQT that you deposit is going to go to I'm going to simply just say the purchase of these miners because that's what you're pretty much doing. But you're also able to earn a daily reward from this. So this is just an interesting way to earn. The nest, which I actually have one that's ready to be moved into the golden hatchery right now, is essential to being in the golden hatchery. You cannot get into the golden hatchery and take advantage of that opportunity without getting into the nest first. All right. So you want to go ahead and get into the nest. Like I did, I put about $20 worth of MQT in there. It's only 10 days. All right. So for 10 days, it's held in there in a contract. And as long as you're submitting on a day-to-day basis, you're going to be able to get a daily reward from that. I'm going to go ahead and see if there's any space in tier 4 available. These tiers fill up quick, ladies and gentlemen. Tier 3 has already, hold on, am I reading this right? Oh, let me pre-count. Let me just make sure. Because if I'm reading this right, that means all of these hatcheries are filled up except for the tier 1. All right. And I already know that there was a video that I need to go back and watch again that Lynette did about some of the things that are changing in the hatchery. I suggest everyone go back and watch Thursday night's call, all right, so that you can go ahead and get informed about that, okay? She's probably talking a little bit about it today on that call that she's doing at noon. And if she is, I hope that they're recording it. They're really great at making sure that they get all the information that you need. I'm going to go ahead and just throw this into tier 1. It's the shortest tier anyway. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and just renew my card because I want to get more information on what's going to go on with the hatchery. So I'm just going to renew it. It's not going to hurt anything. I'll get to keep it in there for another 10 days. It doesn't have a whole lot of yield, but I don't want to lock it into something that's 30 days plus, and I don't have the information that I need to make that decision, especially when it looks like all the hatcheries here are full with the exception of tier 1, which is a great thing. And I hope that they are deciding to go ahead and do that. Ladies and gentlemen, over the time that I've had my cards, I have 13 cards total in the Golden Hatchery. I have a total deposit of 566 MQT and a total current reward of 222 MQT, which is amazing. If MQT goes to $100, this right here in rewards, just from deciding to put this in the hatchery and submit my proof of physical activity on a day-to-day basis, because you have to understand, you don't get your submission. This submission in here counts. You don't get the reward unless you submit your physical activity. So you can put these in the hatchery all you want, but there's no benefit to putting it in here if you're not submitting your proof of physical activity every day. All right. But if the token of MQT goes to $100, which it very well can, and I've seen it do it, this is $20,000 right here. And that's in rewards. All right. My deposit is going to be my deposit. So if I were to finish all of these different contracts, they're all different days, all have different times on them. I just put some in not long ago, so some of them are earlier than others. But ladies and gentlemen, the key is submitting your proof of physical activity on a day-to-day basis, all right, if you want those rewards. And it is a way for us to continue to grow our bag of MQT over time, all right? We're not having any aspirations of selling this MQT here, so we stake it, we farm it, all right? And here are the global stats that I love that they put here. This is going to be the global stats of the Golden Hatchery, all right? And everything that's going on, even down to what days there's some space going to be opening up in the hatchery, all right? So each day that goes by is letting you know there's a certain amount of space that's going to open up in the hatchery. There's going to be a lot of space opening up on April 28th and 29th in tier 3 and tier 4, all right? Just so you can kind of see that as an example. Tier 5 has got a whole lot of time. Tier 5 doesn't start opening up, folks, until looks like December 26, 2006, all right? But this gives us so much to look forward to, ladies and gentlemen. This project isn't going anywhere. I've never seen a project like this that has been so dedicated to transparency. They're willing to lay it out on the line for those of you that want all this information. So for those real leaders out there, like for those of you that are real leaders in the crypto space and sharing platforms and projects with people, right? These are things that I need to see from projects going forward now. This has set a new benchmark for me. So you have to forgive me for those of you that are out there that are trying to share things with me in the crypto space and trying to get me to see how, your platform is either, whatever it is for you or better than this or whatever. I'm spoiled now. I'm bougie. I've got so much information on how a platform should be run down to the contract addresses. All right? In the help center has all the contract addresses here. Documentation, docs here, videos. It has a support team. All right? Everything that I need from a platform is in Movequest. I don't really have any aspirations of going anywhere else. So all that being said, I'm going to wrap up this live today because I actually want to tune in to Hayden's call and try to get the back end of it and hear what the team, Lynette and all of them are saying. But ladies and gentlemen, we have so much reason to be excited about what's going on in Movequest. I just hope that everyone understands what this is. I don't want anybody to come to me and tell me that, they were confused and felt like they couldn't ask questions. Okay. I'm live right now. I want folks to ask questions. And I don't know that folks got in here today and asked any questions. It doesn't look like it. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm always here. If you want to talk about Movequest, if you want options, if you want to learn about how to get your wallets together, there's a team of people that are here to help you. And I am here to help as much as I can as well. Put your 2FA on all the platforms that will allow you and all of your wallets, because crypto is indeed the wild, wild west, y'all. If you ain't strapped, you're bound to get hacked. Ask me how I know. It's not very fun at all. All right. Real quick, chat. I just want the numbers. It's scaled up. I don't need some of this stuff. I just want it to be giving me some numbers. I want to leave you guys with some numbers if you decide to scale up with that $3,500 to get yourself started, open your docking slots, get your entry-level miners. These are not even the most powerful miners you have access to, but just your entry-level miners. And you decide to share with 5 people, 10 people, 20 people, 100 people, but doing exactly what you did, all right? I can't expect anybody out there to do anything that I have not personally done. So I'm coming to everyone out there with docking slots filled with titans. It took hefty decision-making. Wasn't long decision-making, but it was heavy because I had to decide whether I believed in this enough to put that amount of finances towards this project and to continue to submit on a day-to-day basis as well, which has gotten cheaper, which is great. Anyway, I just want to know, scaling-wise, what it looks like for those that want to scale. And I'm going to close my video with that. So we're going to see what chat says. I'm gonna close my video because what it was important to me was really kind of throw Movequest in the ring to share with you guys that there is earning potential. All right. So you spent that $3,500. The commission is 50% of 1,800 Q chips. That's $900 earned per person. All right. Now you help 5 people. That's $4,500. So that's $1,000 you just got back. All right. For helping 5 people do exactly what you did. For 10 people, that's $9,000. We've discussed that already. For 20 people, that's $18,000. For 50 people, that's $45,000. For 100 people doing exactly what you did, ladies and gentlemen, that's an opportunity to earn $90,000 instantly. If you got everybody in a room and they were all prepared with their finances, their funds, and they were ready to rock and roll, you would leave out of there. You'd leave out of their room, regardless of how long it took everyone to, well, I wouldn't say regardless, but let's just say it took everyone in the room from start to finish for them and asking questions. It took them 2 hours to finish everybody. And you didn't look at your commissions until you finished that 2 hours and helped everybody. You'd see $90,000 worth of Avalanche or whatever the native token when you decide to do that in the future, whatever. That's what you would see in your back office, ready for you to claim, be sent to your MetaMask wallet, and do what you see fit. Maybe you want to turn it into some Bitcoin. Maybe you want to turn it in one of your favorite tokens out there. Maybe you want to go ahead and turn it into USDT. Maybe you want to send it to your bank account. Maybe you want to withdraw it. There's ways to withdraw cryptocurrency for those of you that are new and don't understand. You can use cryptocurrency in your day-to-day life. There are cards that allow you now to use your cryptocurrency and swipe just like you would a debit card or a credit card. Today is the time, ladies and gentlemen, where we have the opportunity to change our lives just from talking to people about their personal movement, how they can benefit from using a system like Movequest. Now is the time. Let us not waste this time, ladies and gentlemen, that we have. All right. It's your boy BOJ. I'm out. I want to help you make 90 grand. You want to make 90 grand? You want to make 5 grand? What do you want to do? What do you want to make? Movequest is about a better lifestyle, better physical lifestyle, but we're also here to make some money too. Don't get that twisted. All right. And here's the opportunity to do that. I'm going to stop the stream. Hopefully y'all get some value from it. Put your 2FA on all the platforms that will allow you and your wallets, because crypto is indeed the wild, wild west, y'all. If you ain't strapped, you're bound to get hacked. Ask me how I know. It is not very fun at all. And of course, if you like this content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already.